बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी
यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी
यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी
यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरवनचारी
जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपीजन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी
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 हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल निताई गौर
हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
जय जय प्रभुपाद श्रील प्रभुपाद जय जय
प्रभुपाद श्रील प्रभुपाद
जय जय श्रीपाद श्रील श्रीपाद जय
जय श्रीपाद श्रीला श्रीपाद
जय जय गुरुदेव श्रील गुरुदेव जय
जय गुरुदेव श्रीला गुरुदेव
निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर
हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल
निताय गौरांग प्रेमानंदे हरि 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 बोल बोलो जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे जय जय श्री राधे श्याम निताय गौरांग भगवान जय जय श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udirayet. Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavat Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naisthiki. Welcome everyone in this participation of practicing Param Dharma, the supreme Dharma, supreme occupational duty, even if it is common for every human being. And because it is supreme. So part of that is Bhagavatam study. So we are in 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, 3rd chapter, entitled Hiranyakashipu's plan to become immortal. Wow. Text number 21. Tataste ashisha sarva dadamya surapungava martasya te yamatasya darshanam na phalam mama. So this is Lord Brahma when he appeared after being pleased with the austerities, severe austerities of Hiranyakashipu to attain immortality. So Lord Brahma is addressing him, praising his austerities and comparing him as incomparable to anyone to perform austerity at that level. So Lord Brahma, translation and purport by His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. O best of the Asuras, for this reason I am now prepared to give you all benedictions according to your desire. I belong to the celestial world of demigods who do not die like human beings, but die nonetheless. Therefore, although you are subject to death, your audience with me will not go in vain. Responsibly, please. O best of the Asuras,
O best of the Asuras,
for this reason I am now prepared to give you
for this reason I am now prepared to give you
all benedictions according to your desire.
all benedictions according to your desire.
I belong to the celestial world of demigods
I belong to the celestial world of demigods
who do not die like human beings.
who do not die like human beings.
Therefore, although you are subject to death,
Therefore, although you are subject to death,
your audience with me will not go in vain.
your audience with me will not go in vain.
So Lord Brahma is giving him some sort of assurance or purport. It appears that human beings and asuras are subject to death, whereas demigods are not. It appears, see, the apparent and real. The demigods do reside with Lord Brahma in Satyalok. Go to Vaikuntha in their present bodily constructions at the time of the dissolution. Therefore, although Hiranyakashipu had undergone severe austerities, Lord Brahma predicted that he had to die. He could not become immortal or even gain equal status with the demigods. The great austerities and penances he had performed for so many years could not give him protection from death. This was foretold by Lord Brahma. Jai. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Swarupa Damodar Swami Niti Namine Namah Sadbhaktamanaye Manipurudbhavaya Cha Srila Prabhupada Sadvani Prachara Niratayate Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratvishe Namah Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Nam Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam Pranamo Dukkha Shamanas Tam Namami Harim Param Pancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. So here this attitude and determination of Hiranyakashipu is planned to become immortal, This will be defied. It's a great lesson, great teaching through Srimad Bhagavatam, because as we know, to reach the limitless, is the limit of everything actually. This is a sutra. To reach the limitless is the limit of every endeavor, everything. Endeavor, any thought. Of course, our endeavor is through the thought, through our speech, through our actions, our bodily actions, indriyas. But we have to reach the limitless. Then it will be perfection. That is the ultimate goal. Ultimate means the limit, correct? Destination of everything. And who is the limit of everything? Krishna. Any endeavor of any sort. There is a beautiful description about this fact where Suta Goswami is telling Shonak Rishis, everybody, all endeavor, how they attain perfection, different kinds of endeavors, correct? Here, one particular endeavor on behalf of Hiranyakashipu, tremendous austerities. But the Vedas or the scriptures, Bhagavatam describes Vasudeva Paraveda, Vasudeva Paramakha, Vasudeva Para Yoga, Vasudeva Para Kriya, Vasudeva Param Jnanam, Vasudeva Param Tapa, Vasudeva Paro Dharma, Vasudeva Paragatihi. It's amazing. So this, anyone who wants to become a pure devotee, or anybody who wants to become Krishna conscious 24/7, this one single shloka alone will suffice. Definitely, because it says everything. Because the austerities which we are discussing here about Hiranyakashipu are meant to attain only him. Vasudeva Param Tapa. Tapa, austerities. Vasudeva is the limit. Any endeavor, its limit is Vasudeva.
Krishna Maharaj, please unmute yourself.
Just bear with me, I'm just setting this nicely up. Okay. Every country in the streets. Good. takes some time. Okay. Just one second. Am I audible?
Yes, Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. There is network issue from Maharaj's side, so please be on hold. Maharaj, better to turn off your video.
I'm just using regular data. Sometimes happens here. Anyway, sorry. So actually, this is the essence required here. That all our endeavors, however great, even if we reach the limit of this limited universe, So Hiranyakashipu wants to attain the limit of this limited universe, but that will not suffice, because we have not reached the limit of our human potential. The limit of our human potential is to attain Krishna. To attain Krishna's abode, Krishna's shelter. That's why when say Vasudeva Para Veda, Vasudeva Paramakha. This word para is very, very essential. Para has two meanings. Para means dedicated. So Vedas are dedicated to Krishna. So those who take shelter of the Vedas, their goal is to become dedicated to Krishna. Study of Vedas, this endeavor, if it leads to Krishna, then it is bhakti. Even the study of Vedas is also bhakti. Vasudeva Paramakha. If all the yajnas or all the sacrifices, if they are dedicated to Krishna, to please Krishna, that is all the yajnas are para, means dedicated to Krishna. They attain their perfection. Vasudeva Para Yoga. Yoga is meant to attain Krishna. But if the yoga, so-called apparent yogic exercise in practices or endeavor, if their goal is not Krishna, then they are yoga. They are anything but yoga. So the word yoga attains its perfection only by connecting to Krishna. Vasudeva Para Yoga, Vasudeva Para Kriya. All the endeavors attain their perfection when dedicated to Krishna. Correct? Vasudeva Para Kriya. Because otherwise, all the kriyas, all the actions, all the activities, they cause our bondage. So all the activities on our part, in Varnashram Dharma also we perform many activities. Nitya Naimajik, our social, familiar, different within the Varna and ashramas, and they can absorb, they can just exhaust us completely. We think that there is perfection of our life. But only when they are dedicated to Krishna, then they attain their perfection. They attain they reach the limit. Every endeavor, every thought, it has to find its limit, and Krishna is the limit of everything, who himself is limitless. That's why he can be the only limit of every endeavor. Same thing with Vasudeva Param Jnanam, to realize that Krishna is the Swayam Rupa, he is the Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, he is the Samam Bonam. He is the origin, he is the source, he is the beginning, middle, and end of everything. Then Jnana is nothing but bhakti. Lord Krishna very much wonderfully describes the bhakti when he establishes in Bhagavatam, especially Uddhava, he says something very, very amazing. He said, Bhaktyaham ekaya grahyam. Bhaktyaham ekaya grahya. Grahya means to be understood, to be attained. Bhaktyaham ekaya, only by exclusive devotion can I be attained, can I be got, can I be understood, can I be perceived. or realize, whatever you want to call. Shraddhaya Atma Priya Satam. And who attain me as such? Those who are with great faith. Shraddhaya Atma Priya. Atma means ultimately Krishna. Priya means very dear, as dear as the soul. So those who consider Satam is the pure devotees, who consider Krishna as dear as their soul. There cannot be anything dearer than the soul. So those who consider Krishna dearer than the soul, such loving devotion or loving sentiment, Krishna says, I become purchased by them. Ye prayasya jita jitopi asitais trilokyam. So here the concept of bhakti, without incorporating, without that devotional connection, everything is shrama eva hi kevalam. Dharma swanushchitah punsam vishwaksena kathasu yah na utpadayet yadi ratim shrama eva hi kevalam. This is a very profound statements of the scriptures. Tremendous contemplation required here. Dharma swanushtita, since eternity, millions and millions and billions of times, we have been engaged in so many endeavors. But all our endeavors futile, because they could not cause the limit of our attainment, the limit of our potential. And that is, utpade yadi ratim, could not cause our intimate, sublime connection to Krishna. Na ratim. Ratim means deep attachment to Krishna. So any endeavor will attain its perfection only when connected to Krishna. Because Krishna is the limit. So, and that is bhakti. Then Vasudeva Para Veda. Vedas are dedicated to Krishna, correct? Para Veda. So Vedas are meant to, the study of Vedas, they are meant to bring us to Krishna connection. Then it becomes bhakti, study of bhakti. Makha also becomes bhakti. Vasudeva Yoga also bhakti, connecting to Krishna. Kriya, all our endeavors become bhakti. Jnanam become bhakti, no different, Jnanam, Vasudeva Param Jnanam. So if we have this anubhuti, this experience of Krishna's transcendental nature of his nama, rupa, guna, lila. Jnana ultimately means anubhuti, experiencing. Experiencing what? If one experiences the multi-aspected variegatedness of Krishna, nama, rupa, guna, lila, dham, parikar, abharan, everything, if one experiences, then it is the reaching the limit of Gyan. The limit of Gyan is Krishna. Limit of experience is Krishna. Then it is not Gyan which entangles us into this superiority complex that now I know. If our knowing does not include experiencing Krishna, then that Gyan is incomplete. It will cause, it will not cause humility, but it will create a sense of accomplishment, and that will not make one humble, or one will not become sublime in one's attitude. Only by experiencing Krishna and his unlimited beauty and opulence and so forth, one becomes humbled. That's why Vasudeva Param Jnana, Vasudeva Param Tapa hai. So the austerity we can focus here. So what is wrong with the Hiranyakashipu? He is able to perform austerity like no one, means no one else can even remotely compare. Even Brahma is acknowledging the level of his austerity. And his aspiration to attain this, the best, topmost position within this universe, because he does not have any idea that anything exists beyond this limited universe. Even the concept of Krishna, concept of God, he thinks that God is manifest or power in his Prakriti. So if I can control the Prakriti, then I will be more powerful than God. Because for him, the concept of God is not clear. Same thing with the modern scientists. They think that God is nature, and so they study and they try to control and bring rule over the Prakriti with the tiny endeavor. But how far they go, it's like unlimited power of the Prakriti. So the whole idea is that our human potential, until it connects to Krishna, it has been wasted since time immemorial. Tasyaiva heto prayateta ko vido na labhyate yad brahmatam uparyate. Now in this present lifetime, we have to make specific, special endeavor to that end which has not been attained yet. So this Hiranyakashipu, it sets the example for all of us, for all the sadhakas, for all the human society. You can be very qualified, very powerful in so many endeavors, but if you don't target Krishna, then it is Shrama Eva Hi Kevalam. Shukadeva Goswami, in second canto, third chapter, shloka number 11, same message he gives very subtle way. He says, Etavan eva yajitam iha nishreya sodaya bhagavati achalo bhavo yad bhagavata sangata. It's very powerful way of saying, indirectly, the Vedas sometimes they described indirectly what he means to say. And this is a very famous description. Immediately following the famous shloka of Bhagavatam, 2:3:10, akama sarva kamo va moksha kamo udaradhi tibrena bhakti yogena yajeta purusha param. Correct? This everybody, every sadhaka, every devotee knows that shloka, akama sarva, 1,000 times. But most critical shloka of Bhagavatam is immediately following it. Etavan eva yajitam iha nishreya sodaya. Our highest kalyan, shreya, udaya will rise only when we attain prayojan. What is that? Bhagavati achalo bhavo. And the means is described yad bhagavata sangata. Only by when one becomes attached to. Sangata means developing attachment, affinity, rati to a pure devotee. This is the Bhagavatam message. So here, the endeavor on part of Hiranyakashipu could be very, very amazing and very awe-inspiring. But what is its end result? However greatly dedicated in his determination and all these things, even inspiring or making Brahma appear and is ready to provide all the boons. It is only establishing ultimately the glory of those who are devoted to Krishna, because their achievement is much, much greater. Because without a devotion to the Supreme, everything becomes incomplete. That's why the end of 8th chapter, Lord Krishna also describes Vedeshu Yagyeshu Tapasu Chaiva Daneshu Yat Punya Phalam Pradishtam Atyati Tat Sarvam Idam Viditva Yogi Param Sthanam Upayati Chatyam. Very amazing. So those Bhakti Yoga, Yogi means the Bhakti Yoga, they attain, they surpass all the results achieved through pious activities, such as the study of the Vedas, performance of sacrifices, austerities, and charity. And at the end, a devotee attains the supreme transcendental abode of the Lord, which is not even in the picture for Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu is a big showcase for the materialists, and he's successful in achieving many of his imagined achievements, and he really thinks that he has bypassed death. He has got all the benedictions, and he's so smart. He's so smart, but he did not realize that one cannot be the smartest without taking shelter of Krishna. How can one overrule the rule of Krishna, the Supreme? This message is very, very amazing. So Hiranyakashipu cannot be the ideal for any sadhaka, for any person who is. Why Srimad Bhagavatam describes this? Because this Srimad Bhagavatam episode, they are like the drama of the Supreme, and through the drama, he is also an associate of the Lord, but he's playing a role to teach us a lesson that we should not follow his course. All our endeavors without seeing in destination, without reaching out to Krishna, they are futile. Why they are futile? So when Shukadeva Goswami says that all these endeavors, etavan eva yajitam, iha nishraya sodaya, one may be engaged according to their liking, according to their sanskar, according to their upbringing, all these things. Everybody is very proud of their endeavor, they're very proud of their goals, correct? Shukadeva Goswami says, I don't have any problem with whatever process you follow, whosoever you worship, and all these things. But let me tell you, the Supreme Nishraya Sodaya. Udaya means rise. You Okay, thank you. So what Shukdev Goswami indirectly is telling, that all the endeavor, all the dharmas, all the duties, whether they are nishkam or sakam, doesn't matter, or even aspiration for liberation, even if they are performed very well, very meticulously, but if they don't know, they do not cause our attraction in devotion to Krishna, correct? That's why they are useless. So indirectly saying, highest self-interest will be attained only if one develops Bhagavati Achilo Bhava. And so all these different endeavors which absorb us, which cause our total consumption, they are useless because they don't do ultimately any good to the soul. Savai punsam paro dharmo yato bhakti adhokshaja ahaitukya prati yatma sam prasidati. All these endeavors which are not directed to Krishna Vasudeva, they are useless labor because they are not param dharma. They don't cause fulfillment of the soul. So this is the Anvay, and this also established that exclusive devotion, one attains all auspiciousness by exclusive devotion, Kevala Bhakti. And without Bhakti, one cannot attain anything. So here, apparently, Hiranyakashipu getting the boon, Lord Brahma, from Lord Brahma and everything, he's getting, but they are not going to rescue him. So much achievement, so much high position. At least those who take shelter of Lord Brahma, Srila Prabhupada writes that at the end of Brahma's life, because Brahma being the pure devotee, those who take his shelter, they also attain the supreme abode. Otherwise, without taking shelter of a pure devotee Brahma, even Devatas, they cannot attain the supreme destination. They also are subject to death and coming down. So, Hiranyakashipu, however powerful, however endeavoring, achieving the results of his austerities, but he does not know, he doesn't get the point. The limit means the goal or destination of austerities is Vasudeva. Vasudeva Param Tapa. And without realizing it, then what happens? Then it does not become bhakti. And without bhakti, Krishna cannot be attained. So our austerity also has to become bhakti, or austerity becomes bhakti when the purpose of austerity is to know Krishna, to impress Krishna. Krishna has to be the goal. Krishna has to be the limit of every endeavor. And only when Krishna becomes the limit or the goal, and Krishna himself being limitless, then we reach the perfection of all limits also through all our endeavors. So thank you very much, all of you. It was a little disturbing, but message is very clear here through the episode of this Hiranyakashipu, that he wants to attain immortality, and he does not know who is the supreme immortal. He's not taking the shortest and the surest cut. Krishna Bhakta Jai Jana Krishna Bhaje Sei Bado Chatur Chaitanya Chaitamrita. He is the most intelligent. Why? A devotee is able to take the surest and shortest cut to perfection. which and Hiranyakashipu is he's so much apart from that. He's taking the hardest way, the most difficult way, without reaching the ultimate limit of his endeavor. It's a open, very clear contrast. So, so he's in oblivion. He's in ignorance of. He doesn't have the clear picture of what is the ultimate perfection of austerity. He's not aware of his own highest self-interest. So it's a folly to preach where ignorance is bliss. So he's living in the bliss of his ignorance. He thinks that his endeavor, his way, is the best way, and that way he can become the Lord of everything. He can then become the supreme enjoyer. But the problem is that all his accomplishments, all his achievable targets, they are within this universe, which itself is limited. He has no idea that something is limitless. And he's not targeting it. That's why all his endeavors are not causing fruition to his own benefit. It's not helping him. All right. So without bhakti, without connecting, one cannot attain anything. It's a supreme auspicious process. So Hiranyakashipu is performing anything but bhakti, because he doesn't have in his agenda, he does not have any knowledge that Krishna is the purpose of austerity. He should have targeted Krishna, but it is beyond his sight. That's why Krishna is called Adhokshaja. Without devotional connection and without connection to a devotee, one does not get any devotional connection to the Supreme. So that's why he's targeting, he's trying to impress and trying to please everyone but Krishna. See, one can please everyone except Krishna. It doesn't work. Huh? It doesn't rescue him. But if one pleases only Krishna, then everyone is pleased. So it's a Hiranyakashipu's episode is a limit of extreme limits. You know, he's anything but devotional. So thank you very much. If anybody has any question, comment, let's go forward.
Hare Krishna Maharaji, thank you for this nice class. Thank you for taking trouble for us. Yeah, our Shyamchandra Prabhuji is having a question. Yes, Prabhuji, please.
Hare Krishna Maharaj.
Shyamchandra. Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Jai
Jai
Shila Sripad. Jai Shila
Please,
Prabhupada.
please enlighten us.
No, I'm a fallen soul. I need a lot of enlightenment from
through your observation,
realized souls like you.
through your
Okay.
perspective.
So Maharaj, thank you for a sublime class. There was some technical glitch, but then I think we could get the essence of what you have actually explained nicely. So my question is in relation to Srila Prabhupada's purport, where he says that the demigods who reside with Lord Brahma in Satyaloka go to Vaikuntha Loka in their present bodily constructions at the time of dissolution. So Maharaj, can you throw some light on this? Because in the present bodily conditions, they also have got a material body, and how they can go in the same body to Vaikuntha, point A, point B. Can one be eligible to go directly to Vaikuntha from Satyaloka? Because in the past we have heard, several realized souls speaking that one has to, after fulfilling all the, material opulence, they come back, and then once again they have to really start bhakti and then go back home, back to Godhead. So if you can just, enlighten us on this particular line of Srila Prabhupada, that will be nice. Maharaj?
Maharaj, please
Is Maharaj
unmute
there?
yourself. Maharaj has joined back.
Oh, so he must not have heard the question. Was he not there when I was
Not there completely,
stating?
so you can repeat.
Okay. Maharaj, are you there now?
Just a second, let Maharaj respond.
सब लोग वीडियो बंद करना थोड़ा बेटर हो सकता है अगर bandwidth अगर प्रॉब्लम हो तो.
No, bandwidth is from Maharaj's side, I think, not from our side.
Yeah, but Maharaj ji to
If you put on the video,
But
then he has to receive.
Maharaj? Okay, I don't know. We can't hear him.
Maharaj will come back. I think थोड़ी देर पहले भी थोड़ा सा 1-2 मिनट के लिए चला गया, आ जाएंगे.
Okay. I think he just left. Maybe he'll rejoin now.
Anyway, could you repeat once again?
Maharaj, you are back?
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, Maharaj, my question was with regards to Srila Prabhupada's purport. I don't know whether you heard it or not, but I'll repeat it. Here, Prabhupada is saying that the demigods who reside with Lord Brahma in Satyaloka go to Vaikuntha in their present bodily construction at the time of dissolution. So, they have a material body, and how come they can go in the same bodily construction to Vaikuntha? That is point number one. Point number two is that from Brahmaloka, can they directly go to Vaikuntha, or because in the past we have heard from various realized souls that they actually, after finishing their material opulence, everything, all the credit, the balance, they come back to Bhuloka and then once again start bhakti, and then they go back to Vaikuntha Loka. So just can you clarify and enlighten us on this particular line of Srila Prabhupada? Maharaj?
Again, there is a
Okay. Oh.
And what I mean to say that, see, the Bhagavad Siddhanta is very clear. Bhagavati Achilo Bhavo Yad Bhagavata Sangate. So Lord Brahma being the pure devotee, those who take his shelter, that means they become attached to him, And through that attachment to a pure devotee, they also attain pure devotional service, by which they attain the supreme abode of the Lord. So in Devatas, ultimately the same Siddhanta applies. Lord Brahma being the pure devotee, and those who take his shelter, they also attain with him, but they have to wait for a very long time, correct? And Brahma attains there. But as far as we are concerned, we are better off than Devatas, We discuss this thing, better off, but not guaranteeing that we are better.
Yes,
but,
yes.
See, so you get the point. Because of association of Lord Brahma, the pure devotee, they attain their supreme abode. You know, but the message for us is that we can be better off. We can be better off than the position of devatas, because we have the shelter of this Bhagavad message, and the human life, human body here is perfectly designed that in a very short time, we can find our focus. We can find the perfection of our endeavor. We can find the perfection of our austerity. We can find the perfection of our knowledge. Everything, jnana and everything, by realizing that Krishna is the destination, Krishna is the supreme goal, Krishna is the limit or the perfection of everything. And because other endeavors, what Sukadeva Goswami wants to say, the other endeavors, you know, the sadhan for moksha, sadhan for different dharmas, different karmas, you know, they don't ignite devotion to Krishna. That's why they are useless. So indirectly, Sukadeva Goswami is saying that the highest self-interest will rise only when you attain pure devotional service to Krishna, and the means is by becoming attached to a pure devotee. Now, these other endeavors like Hiranyakashipu and all the endeavors, they don't lead their connection to a pure sadhu. And that's why there is no chance of attaining pure devotional service or pure loving sentiments for Krishna. So they are useless. So that's why this Bhagavati Achalo Bhava Yad Bhagavata Sangata hai. This shloka 3, Canto 2nd, chapter 3, text number 11 is very critical. What Sukadeva Goswami is establishing, that other endeavors, since they don't lead to pure devotional service, that's why they are useless. They are not causing the ultimate good to the soul. That's why he's invariably telling us that go for pure devotional service only. And the means is only the highest good can accrue to all the people doing different endeavors, different worship, different engagement. The highest self-interest can arise only by taking shelter or connection to a pure devotee. Bhagavati Achalo Bhava Yad Bhagavata Sangata hai. Unless they put themselves at the lotus feet of pure devotee. Bhagavat means one who is endowed with Achala Bhava. Achal means exclusive loving sentiments, rati, for Krishna. Bhagavati Achalo Bhava Yad Bhagavata Sangata hai. Association of a pure devotee, becoming attachment to a pure devotee is the only means to attain pure devotional service, or rati raso, pure devotion to Krishna. And because so other endeavors don't lead to that goal, that's why they are useless labor. So Hiranyakashipu's endeavor, however lofty and wonderful and okay.
Maharaj, but when Prabhupada says in the present bodily construction, that is actually what I'm also looking. So the material, they have a material body, isn't it, in Satyaloka also? So they are eligible to go in the same body to Vaikuntha Loka?
See the thing here. Have you seen a snake? Snake when leaves its skin behind,
okay.
correct?
Right.
So the antaschinti there because devotion is in consciousness. So there is a eternal body, because
Please unmute.
see, we have in Srimad Bhagavatam the examples of Dhruva Maharaj, correct?
Yes.
And few others. So like if you cook rice, you see only 1 or 2 grains, correct? If they are cooked, everybody is cooked. In the same way, every sadhak, when one attains perfection, he attains the supreme abode of the Lord, you know, because his pure devotional attitude, it just carries with him. So Lord Brahma and others, because they can because in the consciousness is fully purified, and that's the difference between Swarup Siddhi and Vastu Siddhi. In Vastu Siddhi, with the self-same body, one attains the supreme abode, and but it's in the consciousness. In the consciousness, the Nitya Siddha Rupa, Nitya Siddha body, with which one aspires to do the pure devotional service. Because with this perishable, decaying, vikar yukta sharir se, we cannot do Krishna seva. So ultimately, we prepare, we develop our hankering, develop our desire. So it's a devotion is ultimately in the consciousness, you know. So when we become in the consciousness, when we are aspiring, desiring only for Krishna's seva, then our eternal body is awaiting all of us in the spiritual realm. Every living entity has an eternal body waiting for him in the spiritual world, which is yet to be attained. And it's eternal engagement there. So eternal engagement has yet to be achieved, attained. That's why we are all working up to. But Hiranyakashipu, he wants his settlement into this non-permanent world. That is his problem. So there's some aspect of Hiranyakashipu in most of us. You know, we want our permanent settlement here only. Only within this universe, within this lifetime, we see the limit of everything. But this is not the limit of everything. This world, this existence is very limited. Only Krishna is limitless. This is the message. So unless Krishna becomes the goal of any of our endeavor, any of our thoughts, any of our speech, then we remain incomplete. So Srimad Bhagavatam enlightens all of us to make Krishna the limit or the goal or the destination of all our endeavor, and not become mesmerized by so-called austerities and endeavor to achieve anything within this limited world. Even the highest position of Brahmaloka is Hiranyakashipu aspiring. It is not sufficient. You know, it is not the limit of our human potential. It is not the perfection of our human potential. So our limit has to be the limitless Krishna. Hare Krishna. All right.
Thank you very much, Maharaj. Yeah. Thank you so much.
All right, Sanatan Goswami.
Yes, Maharaj. Okay, we have a question by Shyam Kishore Prabhu. Yes,
Hare
Prabhuji,
Krishna
please.
Maharaj ji. Hare Krishna.
Just a second, Prabhuji. Maharaj is joining.
Okay. Hari Bol.
Maharaj, please, yes.
Yeah.
You want to say something?
Shyam Kishore
Yeah,
Prabhu,
Maharaj
please.
ji, I had one question, Maharaj.
Yes.
Dhanwad Maharaj. Yeah, that was a very wonderful class, Maharaj. Thank you. My question is from the translation of these 21 words, where it said that Brahmaji is saying, I belong to the celestial world of demigods who do not like human beings. So maybe in the class, in the beginning, maybe I have missed or not. But I want to know that why the demigods, they don't like the human beings. What is the reason, main reason for that? Hello?
Please, who do not die like
Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm very sorry. Yeah. It's do not die like human beings. Okay. Okay, Prabhu. Then maybe it's, yeah. If you want to conclude, then.
Maharaj, please. You may conclude for the day. Hare Krishna, Maharaj, if you want to say something, please unmute yourself and
You can call me on WhatsApp and we can discuss this. Your question is very nice. Because Hare Krishna.
we can conclude for the day.
Yes. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Shri Sripad Guru Maharaj ki jai. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari 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 Gaur.
His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Govind Madhav Maharaj ki jai.
Samavit Gaur Bhaktivedanta ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Gaur.
See you all in the Maharaj class. Hare Krishna.